On this job, the guys had to do a lot of hand digging. We were in a real tight spot where we have a fence. We have cemented in fence posts. We can't just dig with our excavator and disturb that. But I'm going to show you how to get water out of your side yard. I'm going to show you why water gets trapped in a side yard. You can see that we're really deep on this French drain. We had to hand dig right here by the fence because we got cement footings on the fence. The guys did a really good job pitching this. You can see how deep they were right there. Now we have some slope. Now the guys sloped this, and then they went ahead, and I love what the guys did. They sloped it, and then right before they got to this, right before they get to the storm drain catch basin, they drop it. I love when the guys do this. This trench will hold water, but at the very end, if you drop it at your discharge end, you're pulling the plug in a bathtub. It's going to drain the entire French drain trench. Right at your area of your discharge, you need to drop off. If you can have some drop at the end of your discharge, your French drain will not hold any water. Beautiful example of a French drain system. We have an existing French drain that we did not install. It was a sock French drain. So you can see a perforated pipe with a sock around it. There's no fabric encapsulating the stone, so the stone is migrating into the subsoil. The subsoil is migrating into the stone, rendering this French drain useless. But we're doing the customer the very best service that we can by connecting to it, and whatever little bit of water is still moving through it, we're going to be able to tie that directly into our system. And that was ran to a dry well, which anytime you can run and core and tap a storm drain, you're much better off. I can't emphasize this part of the install enough. Anytime you get to the end of your French drain and you're able to drop it. Now the guys just dropped this trench on a hard slope. I mean, this is beautiful. This is textbook. Look at that, nice core. What a really, really clean job. So we're about 3 feet down. This French drain, it won't have a drop of water in it because of the way the guys went down deep and sharp right at the storm drain. Beautiful job. The quickest, strongest external coupler right there, heavy duty. We got 3 4-inch perforated pipes. This French drain is gonna work incredible. On the ends of all the pipes, we just snap in. This is a virgin material, just like the pipe, so it's rated to last 200 to 500 years. So long after we're here, giving the homeowner the very best materials that we can. We have an 1.5 inch cobble rock in this French drain. It's going to drain like a sieve. That stone has really large voids. We cement in a piece of PVC Schedule 40, and then we put one of our HDPE couplers on the PVC that snaps right onto the corrugated pipe. So you only have to connect the bottom pipe. Here we have 2 other perforated 8-slot. All the water is going to fall right through these into this bottom pipe. Not going to be a problem. You only have to connect 1 pipe to the storm drain tap. You don't have to try to wire these pipes together. Water's just going to fall through them right in the bottom pipe. So we have some really big stone for this French drain. You can see the big voids that it creates. You move more water and you move more air. We had to go buy a lot of landscape. You can see that there's a lot of trees and bushes in the landscape. So we want to move as much air. We actually have 4 of these 4-inch perforated pipes that have holes on the bottom, on the sides, on the top. And then we have 3. There was a really, really deep run of this 130-foot system, right where it's all humped up and it was damming all the water. We had to dig through that high part right over here by the fence. So we got 4 pipes in over here. But any chance you can run more pipe, you're creating more void, more air. You can see we have all this landscape. Of course, it's winter, so you can't see just how much there is. There's a lot of deciduous. You see the evergreen, but we got a lot of shrubs and we got a lot of shade trees and ornamental trees. We know roots are going to be a problem. So we got 4 of the 8 slot running right through here. And then as we got out in the backyard, we had some fall. The trench wasn't as deep. We ended up with 3 pipes in the trench as we worked our way to the storm drain. But you're going to create way more air. You're going to have bigger, larger pockets of air. It's going to be more effective when you're dealing with the trees and shrubs. The trees and shrubs can't live in a big pocket of air, but they can live in like a damp pocket of stone. So by using this larger stone with bigger voids and by using a lot of pipe, now a lot of cases we'll put a bunch of 4-inch pipe on the bottom and then we'll put some 3-inch pipe on top. Again, it has more void than this large stone. And then we'll lock all that tubing together with a stone that's a little smaller. People always ask us, what is your preferred way of doing a French drain? Well, it depends on where we're building it. If we got to travel really far, then we're not going to be able to run and get stone. So I'm going to definitely put more pipe in the trench. Do I think that you have a better French drain with more pipe in the trench? I really do. Now, if you're going to be driving on it with cars and trucks, you're going to want a smaller stone, because when you drive over this big stone, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So this big stone, it'll be pressing on the pipe. When you drive over it with a vehicle, it could damage the pipe. So now I want a smaller stone, and I want it to be angular if I'm going to be driving on it, because I want it to be tight and packed. And now you have the weight of the vehicle, it's spread across a larger area, and it's not just coming in contact with just points on your corrugated pipe. This corrugated pipe is really, really strong, and you can drive on it as long as you use the right aggregate. So there's many different ways that we build our systems, and it just all depends on logistics, because some people ask us to drive really far away to put a system in for them, and it's impossible to carry all that stone, so we'll just take more pipe. And again, the bigger the air pockets, you're going to air prune any roots that get in there. They try to grow, they're just going to dry up and become dust in the wind. Tree roots can't live in a big pocket of air. So we're going to grab up all the water in this area, and before it couldn't make it out of here. This was too humped up, too built up with landscape. Had to dig really deep through here because it was basically a mound. You're digging through a mound. Guys ended up extremely deep. They did a great job, beautiful job. A talented crew, very talented crew, and they get it right. Anytime you put extra pipe in on the top, just go ahead and put one of these plugs in that we sell. It's a virgin plug, so it's made out of HDPE just like the pipe. And it doesn't split, it doesn't crack, and it lasts because it's not made out of recycled materials. Now, I get a lot of comments in the comment section about not being, you know, pro recycled products. We are pro recycled products. We are. And we do use them when and where it makes the most sense. They're now coming up with better additives. Things are improving when it comes to using recycled materials in drain systems. So I'm optimistic that we're going to get there. So I'm going to get a lot of comments in the comment section, so I'm going to tell you right now, this is ice and snow. Obviously it's got some dirt in it. That's the stone itself is dusty and it's winter, so the pile has got snow on it. So whenever you see that in this video, in the buckets on the fabric, that's all it is. Ice and snow. One of the hazards of working in the north. So always leave your stone a little low and cut your sod really thick so you get a lot of root and dirt with your sod. You guys are going to fold this non-woven geotextile filter fabric that's been double punched. They're going to fold it over and they're going to pin it so that the French drain is fully encapsulated. They're going to take this sod that they cut off, it's really thick, and they're going to lay that back on the non-woven geotextile filter fabric. The roots will then grow through that, and in a year it'll even take in surface water really, really well, because the water will follow the roots right down into the stone. All this pipe is perforated. It has the largest inlet of any pipe and the most inlet. Beautiful system. I think it's 130 feet in total length. Oh, we weren't going to go that way because we have all these underground utilities. We could have brought the vacuum excavator, but the vacuum excavator, you got to tack on a couple grand if you're going to take that thing out to the job site, especially in the wintertime. Everything's going to be freezing and you got to try to clean it out. So going under the walk, it didn't get us down low enough. The best option was the route that Aaron, our designer, had chose for this homeowner. He did a really good job. Everything was wet down the side anyway, so there was several good reasons to go this way with a French drain. A lot of runoff during a hard rain from this driveway, a lot of sheet water. A lot of sheet water coming off this driveway. Super long driveway. Double wide with some pavers. All that is non-permeable. As this water's running here and there's additional water being added, by the time it gets to the end of this driveway, it's sheet water. The water comes off of this driveway in sheets. Our system will keep up with it. We built a system that's going to move thousands of gallons of water, no problem. If you're a homeowner and you're not going to DIY it, make sure you get quotes to have 2 pipes put in the bottom of that trench. That French drain is so wide and big because we put 2 pipes at the bottom of the trench. If you can put 2 pipes in the bottom of your trench and you build it to those specs, you will have a much better French drain system. It makes a difference between a French drain that's marginal and a French drain that's a little overkill. Quite frankly, when it comes to water problems, we like overkill. That's round rock. We're not going to be driving on this, so we don't need an angular stone that's going to lock up. It's 100% compacted as soon as you drop it in the trench. That's what's nice about rock. We don't put any of the dirt back in. We haul all the dirt out. Then we fully encapsulate the entire system. It'll never need maintenance. We don't need to build a clean out on this. There's no need for it. It's never going to get full of sediment. It's never going to have a problem. It's fully encapsulated. The guys that are not using a good non-woven geotextile filter fabric that's been double punched, they're shortchanging their customers. They're building a French drain that's going to expire. It has an expiration date at the time of install, basically. So we have this dually 2-axle gooseneck that we pull with a Ford 450. So this F450 can handle this big gooseneck dump. As you can see, it's full. We take all the dirt away. We don't put any of the dirt back in. You go ahead and you excavate. You go through all that work, and you're going to put dirt back in. Unfortunately, that's what guys do. They don't have the means to carry it away. It's expensive to haul dirt off. People think, oh, you're going to sell that dirt. Are you kidding me? Do you really think I'm going to make money on this dirt? You got a $25,000 to $30,000 trailer, and you're always beating it up because you're hauling heavy. The tires on it are crazy money. This whole operation is crazy money. To pull this thing with a big diesel truck is costly. There's no money being made in hauling off the homeowner's dirt, so I laugh. If the homeowner wants the dirt and they have a place for it, we don't have to charge them for the haul off. But that's rare, because usually if you try to pile up dirt somewhere in your yard, you're going to create another drainage problem. Always trim your fabric so you don't have a heavy overlap. You just want a few inch overlap. We're going to be able to grab up all the surface water and all the subsurface water. Cal went ahead, he cut a bunch of fabric. Don't wad up your fabric and put sod on top of it. It's not going to take in water. It's not designed to work that way. You pull it tight. It has little holes punched in it. It has a really impressive flow rate if you install it properly. The reason why certain guys don't have any luck with fabric is how they install it. You can set up fabric to fail, you can set up fabric to succeed. It all depends on the installer. Beautiful drain, beautiful job. That's how you handle sheet water off of a non-permeable surface. I don't care if it's a tennis court, a parking lot. You build a system like this, it'll grab up all the water for you. Another professional job done by a team of professionals. So over here we're going to do an open French drain. We're not growing grass on it. You can see how the men fully encapsulated the system. We don't want just grass blades that dry up, dry leaves, dirt, dust over time to be a problem. We want our French drain to be fully encapsulated. You go ahead and you put some decorative rock or drainage rock over top of it. This is an open French drain. It's not covered. There's no sod being grown over it. Nothing drains faster than an open French drain. If you found any of this information helpful, give us a thumbs up. It supports the channel. If you have any questions regarding open French drains, covered French drains, any questions regarding French drains, leave them in the comments section. If I don't have a video to refer you to, I will make you a video. I'm your host, Robert Sherwood, and until the next video.